Get ready for University of Georgia basketball.
Alright guys, so we're going to talk about two videos, one today, one tomorrow. Georgia, Missouri, and then Georgia and Texas preview. Just want to get my final thoughts on this win at Missouri, and trust me, these videos are not going to be as long as they usually would be. But number one, what a win for Georgia at Missouri. I mean, if you're Georgia, you play all right the whole game. Missouri gets up at one point by, I believe, 6 points or something like that, 9 maybe. Excuse me. And then you find your way back in the game. It's back and forth. Missouri actually takes the lead twice late in the game. I mean, it was a valiant and great effort by this Georgia basketball team. You know, I'm going to say this, and I don't mean this to throw any other old team off the bus, because that is not at all what I'm trying to do. I love all of our teams equally, and I love them all. So, I mean, I even love a team that wins 6-26. That's not at all what I'm saying, but there are teams in the past that would have not. There are teams in the past that would have not won this game in the final seconds. There's not. And a lot of people are saying this. I'm going to say it, but please understand there are a lot of other people said this too. I'm not saying nothing original or anything like that. I'm just quoting other people. Smurf Melinder's a Bulldog for life for that shot he hit against Missouri. I mean, getting fouled, banked or kind of hit bank it in, but it hit off the rim, bounced back in. I mean, that's stuff legends do. Like, and I love Smurf, and the thing about Smurf that makes me love him so much is, I have said this in the past. Again, excuse me. I've said stuff like this in the past. He reminds me a mix of 3 of my favorite Georgia players. Okay? He reminds me of J.J. Frazier with the shooting ability. Smurf can shoot. J.J. can shoot too, but Smurf can shoot. He reminds me of Sahvir Wheeler with his speed. Sahvir Wheeler, you can say what you want about him, about when he left Georgia and then went to Washington or Kentucky, but Sahvir Wheeler was one of the fastest players for Georgia I ever seen. I mean, if you were in 2-on-1 and your opponent was Sahvir Wheeler, you just pretty much had to give up, because he was going to blow by you down the court. And then number 3, he reminds me of one of my favorite all-time players, Sundiata Gaines, with his ability to finish and drive power-wise inside. That shot doesn't happen against Missouri without power. It does not happen without ability to finish inside. And Sundiata, I have to call him Sundiata. He reminds me of JJ, a mix of JJ Frazier, which is, I would actually say, is my favorite Georgia player of all time. He reminds me of Sahvir Wheeler, who would be top 5, at least top 3 maybe, point guards, but I think there's been some more favorite players up that list the last few years. But Sahvir is still one of my favorites. There's him, and then Sundiata Gaines, who'd be in top 3 of one of my favorite players of all time. So maybe I'm biased, but he reminds me all 3 of those guys. And he's played really great for Georgia. Now, I don't remember what class he is at the moment, because I'm not looking at a screen or anything. It's just straight from my phone. Again, guys, excuse me. I'm sorry for that. But, you know, hopefully he comes back to Athens and we have him for a few years. But if this is his only year at Athens, you know, we hate to see it end with just 1 year. But, anyway, without the point, Cannon Catches had a great game versus Missouri. Hit a few threes and hit a few tough shots in the second half. But Cannon, the last 2 games, have definitely got his free ball stroke going, and that's good because you're going to need it tomorrow versus Texas. Jeremiah Wilkinson had an alright game against Missouri. He didn't have one like he had against he did not have the game like he had against Arkansas, but that's okay. Everybody's going to have off days, and this is something that a lot of people talk about, and I don't know how to address it. What do you do? But I'm sorry, I didn't mention this in the post-game video. There was a lineup in the game against Missouri that just had people shaking their head like, what the frick is this? And I think it had James, Abson, Bailey. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, guys. It wasn't good. It was not good at all. People are going to talk about what do you do with the Abson/James when Santos out, and I'm not talking bad about him again. James has played really, really good at times this year. He scored over 20 points against Florida. I mean, that gets forgotten about. And Justin Abson has played really, really, really good at times this season. But I mean, do you let Stagg come in? And do you let Stagg and Wilkins get more minutes? Because I mean, I would think that, I'm not trying to say, but I mean, I absolutely believe Jake Wilkins should be getting more minutes than he is. I mean, he played so good in non-conference play. Why is he not playing now much? The time he has played, just look what he did against Arkansas. He hit 2 threes. And it's hit a lay-in. So, I mean, they're showing up. Like, he is showing up, and he's not getting much playing time. And I understand Mike White doesn't want to throw the entire lineup and entire rotation out of whack, but I mean, at some point, you just gotta say, "Hey, Jake, I would love to see a game, and it won't happen, but I would love to see a game where a starting lineup is Bailey, Abson, James, Wilkins, and Stagg, and then you know what? You could say, well, we're gonna let these guys start. Then we're gonna let Jeremiah, Smurf, Santo, Jordan Ross. Jordan Ross had a good game versus Missouri too, by the way, too. He's been one of the most underappreciated members of this team, in my opinion, but I'll get to that in a minute. And then, you have those guys bench and have those, but you see, not during SEC play. The time to do that was during non-conference play, and we unfortunately did not do that. But I mean, that would be cool to see that starting lineup for a game, because they could prove, hey, our bench guys are really, really good. Let's see what they could do. But yeah, Jordan Ross has been incredible for Georgia. That's not something that's getting talked about by a lot of people. I think he's one of the most underrated values to this team. But that's just me. But Georgia did win it. That's good. So, all right, guys. So that's going to be it. And then we're going to record a Texas video. I was waiting. Well, I'll explain that in the Texas video. So, go Dogs. And great win versus Missouri.
The unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.